Oh man, my tire pressure monitoring sensor went off. What could be going on with this tire? A screw in the tire. Oh no, I'm gonna need to change this.
Welcome to the one-time how-to video with Caitlin Moten with my assistant Clifford.
Today, we'll be showing you the proper way to change your tire in case you end up with a situation on the road where you've got a flat tire and you need to change it. We'll be using tools from my garage. However, whenever you're on the street, you may not have those. Remember, in the back of your car, typically in the trunk or in the hatch underneath, you'll have a spare tire, you'll have tools to take the wheel off, and you'll have a jack, which is typically underneath the spare tire. Again, today we're going to be using a jack and everything for my garage for demonstration purposes, but this is where you would find this stuff if you were out on the street. Alright, so you're going to need a jack and or jack stands, a lug wrench, a torque wrench, and if you have a special wheels, the adapter for those, for the lug nuts, if you have special lug nuts. That's it. So first thing you'll want to do is get your car supported by the jack. You won't want to jack it the whole way up to loosen your lug nuts, but you'll want to at least get that jack position. So when you look under the car, you'll typically see a little arrow that shows you where you should put your jack at on your car. And then directly under that arrow will be a metal part, and that's where you'll want to hook your jack in. A factory jack will actually connect right in there. So once you're at that jack point, you simply pump your jack up to it till you got a little bit of tension. Once you've started the car up, then you can start to loosen your lug nuts before you put the rest away in the air. Next, you'll want to loosen your lug nuts. Now, typically, star wrenches work really well, but all cars will have something that come in the back with their jack that you can loosen your lug nuts with. In the case that you have a special type of a lug nut, you might need an adapter like this, which you would simply put into your star wrench, put onto your wheel, and give it a turn to loosen the lug nut. You want to loosen each of these in a crisscross type of a pattern. And then once loosened, you can continue to jack the car up until the wheel is off the ground. Okay, now that your wheel is off the ground, you can go ahead and continue taking off your lug nuts. And this is just as simple as turning them. And always remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. That'll help you out so you don't go in the wrong direction. And when you get to your last lug nut, you want to make sure that you're somehow supporting the tire. I like to put my foot on it, not that that's the right thing, to make sure that it doesn't fall, because the wheels will start to move as you loosen that last lug nut. Now that that's off, as you can see, the wheel's ready to come off. Simply take hold of it, pull it off, and put that to the side so you can go get your new wheel, spare tire, to put on. Okay, so now you've got your new wheel, and you simply need to bring it up, align the lugs, the studs, and now it's on there. Again, you're going to want to support that wheel a little bit. So now, take your lug nuts, you're not going to put them on super tight, you're just going to kind of get them started here. Again, when you're doing this, you want to do everything in a crisscross pattern so that you're making sure it's all good and lined up. Some cars have 5 lug nuts. Some cars may only have 4. Some may have 6. They're all going to be a little bit different, but generally you want to do the same thing. And again, I'm using a special tool here because I've got some special lug nuts, but you likely won't have that. Some cars may even have one special lug nut that you have to use a special tool with, which in that case it's typically in your glove box and will look similar to this. So I've got those generally tight. I like to kind of give it a shake to make sure everything's lined up. Then go through them again, kind of finger tight, right? Now, this is important. If you're in a perfect situation, you'll have a torque wrench. Generally, you'll want to torque lug nuts onto somewhere between 90 and 100 foot-pound. If you don't have a torque wrench, you have to kind of guess. As you'll see with the torque wrench, and this is why I'm going to use it, it doesn't take a lot of force to get your wheel torqued to 90 to 100 foot-pound. Torquing it too much can cause a lot of issues with the wheels. It can stretch out the studs and all kinds of things, and in the situation that you do have to change your wheel alongside the road, makes it really, really hard for you to get those lug nuts off. So again, same situation, crisscross patterns, and with your, hopefully you have a torque wrench. The click means that it's torqued to the right spec. As you can see, it didn't take me very much effort to do that. And again, star pattern, always a star pattern. See, not a lot of effort, just kind of put your body weight on it. It's about 100 foot-pound. So if you were using the star lug, you would do the same thing, only you wouldn't get the click. And that's it.
Now I got the new wheel in the car with the lug nuts tight, and we want to let the car back down very slowly. Now that you know how to change a wheel on a car, you're ready to get back on the road and maybe help someone else out if they need it.
And remember, generally these steps are always going to be the same, even if the tools are a little bit different. And safety first always. If you have jack stands, always use those to support the car. Always make sure you're off the road enough, and always be safe. Safe travel.